Audience, please remain standing for the presentation of colors by C.J. Walker and Kamani Watson, members of our own Boy Scout Troop 15, under the direction of Mr. Leon Irby.
Color guards, 4, march. Left, 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 left. Colors, pose.
Mr. Cordell Pritchard will now lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by Kimberly Shellman, who will give the invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our Father, we pray that this will be a blessed day for each and every one of us. Amen.
Forward, march. Left, 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 left.
Audience, please be seated. At this time, I would like to welcome our guests, all of our parents, family, and friends to our 2018 graduation. We have the privilege of having our superintendent, Mrs. Martha Peak, here. And I know this graduation is very important and special to her. This is her last graduation for Evans. And so I know she's always told me how special Augusta Evans is and will always be to her. And so if we can give Ms. Pete a round of applause for her work. We also have our Chief Academic Officer, Ms. Karen Moore, my supervisor, Ms. Sharon McGee, our Executive Director of Special Programs, and our Executive Director of Human Resource, Mr. Brian Hack. So we welcome all of them to our graduation today. Every year I kind of contemplate, what do I talk about at graduation? And so graduation is always mixed feelings for me as well. As many of you know, I am also too a mother of a special needs child, and so I will once be sitting in your seats. And so it's a very emotional roller coaster ride for myself and my staff. And so if there was any words, I think, to describe our graduation class of this year, and that would be true champions. As the principal of Evans, it has been such a rewarding experience to lead such a wonderful school. Our school motto, I'm not sure if you've taken a chance to look at our school motto when you come into the building, but I think it represents our 2018 class. And that's extraordinary students with extraordinary gifts equals extraordinary success. And so our 2018 class definitely are good examples of that. To our parents, I have a message for you guys as well today. I'm sure that this day is filled with many emotions and true feelings of being proud. I'm sure many of you were told somewhere in your child's life of what they could or would not be able to do. But today is a good testimony that they're true champions and they made it. I know that you guys are optimistic about the future and also scared about the future. And so always know to keep advocating for your children as you have for the many years that they've been in public education. And I encourage you to always know that Augusta Evans is always open, our doors are always open, and we love each and every one of them. So always remember that as you guys continue your journey in life after Augusta Evans. At this time, the Augusta Evans Choir, under the direction of Mrs. Jessica Watson and Callie Thorne, will be singing the Augusta Evans School Anthem. our guest speaker, Miss Elizabeth Curry Gillian. Ms. Gillian was born in New Orleans, Louisiana, and raised in Atmore. She is married to Michael Gillian, and together they have 2 children, Morgan and Merlin. She has a master's degree in counseling and a AA in administration. She began her career with the Mobile County Public School System in 1974. She worked as a school counselor at Thomasville High School. She worked at Augusta Evans School for 21 years in the capacity of both assistant principal and principal. She retired from Augusta Evans in 2002, and in her spare time she enjoys traveling with her husband and family. She is an active member of Redeemer Episcopal Church. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Elizabeth Gillian.
Thank you very much. I didn't know I had to hold the microphone. I am truly humbled and honored to be your guest speaker on this momentous occasion, and I thank you for the kind introduction. I'd also like to say hello to all of my teachers and paraprofessionals who were at Evans with me on Florida Street. I'd like to give a special shout out, and he asked me to do this, to David Johnson, who was one of my kids. Where's David? He said he was going to come out and wave. There he is. I also want to age myself and perhaps your assistant principal because he was a student at Tomanville when I was in the guidance office. So we know how old we both are, don't we? Today, my remarks to you will be in 2 parts. First, I would like to take advantage of this platform to remember some of the most wonderful things about your school, Augusta Evans. You graduates are part of a long line of wonderful students who have left Evans in years past. Your education was built on a firm foundation of solid programs. I'm going to name a few historic programs and take this opportunity to thank the teachers and the paraprofessionals and the parents who were responsible for starting and maintaining these programs. Some of these names will not be familiar to you, and some of them will. First of all, Ms. Maida Sue Thompson, who was the first principal. She got the school staffed and up and running, I think probably in the early 70s. I'm not sure about the date. I'd like to thank Mrs. Pat Williams and Mrs. Hazel Fournier for having the Evans vision and making it happen. Miss Susie Parker started the first ceramics program. Travis Dean and Nancy Hartley started the greenhouse program. Some of these names: Sam Flint and Daryl Haskew started the ground maintenance program and the shop program. Diane Huey and Gloria Pugh started the Home Arts program, and they oversaw the building of a Home Arts suite in the late 1990s. Sandra Bell started our after-school program. Debbie Bolton and Barbara Griffin started the innovative early childhood program. Dr. Peter Kingsford, I can't leave Dr. Peter Kingsford out. He was there for a very long time, and when he was there, he oversaw the building of 2 classroom wings, a gym, and the Rotary playground. And that's not an easy thing to do. I'm sure Ms. Peake will tell you that. Cheryl Johnston, Gary Cooper, Travis Bolden, and Mary Keck for a wonderful PE program and for sending so many students to Special Olympics over the years. Finally, Daryl Haskew for the world-renowned powerlifting program that we had at Evans. I bet you did not know that we had gold medals in the World Special Olympics powerlifting program. I have to stop naming names now. I've left out a lot of people, but my time is limited, and I truly could spend hours telling you stories about Augusta Evans, and I'm pretty sure you wouldn't believe all of them. I will now end this part of my speech by asking you all to pause a moment with me and help me honor and remember those Evans teachers and paraprofessionals who have died. I apologize in advance because I know I don't know all of the names, but I think of my former colleagues often, and I just want to take this opportunity to say some names for you. Mrs. Thompson, Elaine Burley, Juanita Davis, Gloria Pugh, Myrtle Williamson, Greg Hector, Ann Sterling, Maurice Rucker, Sanford Johnson, Richard Prudhomme, Leslie Troiano, Mary Reed, Nancy Darst, Barbara Salva, Betty Behringer, Jean Ezell, Carrie Ezell, Elizabeth Williams, Ozella Williams, Cat Moore, and Bill Joy. These were wonderful, wonderful people, and their foundations are what made Evans School what it is today, a great place. Thank you very much. Now, graduates, I'm going to look at you and talk to you because this is your part of my speech. One of the benefits of getting to be my age is that you get a little bit of wisdom, just a tiny little bit about life. I will share a few things I've learned because I want you to have a wonderful life, to be content and productive and healthy. And please remember, when you came in today, everyone in here thought of you as children and students. But when you leave, you're no longer a child. We'll all think of you as being young adults. You, for the most part, will be responsible for your health and well-being from this day forward. All right, I have some rules. I only have 5 rules for you, so it's not too strict, but I want you to listen, please. Number 1, take care of your physical self. Don't eat too many potato chips or drink too many Cokes or eat too much pizza. Try to get a little exercise every day. Please try not to spend all of your time playing video games. Get up and go outside and look around at our beautiful world. Try to get a good night's sleep. If you are well, you will do well. Rule number 2, be nice to everyone. I'm sorry to have to tell you that everyone will not be nice to you, but please don't let this get you down. You have to remember that sometimes people are having a bad day and they pick you to take it out on. So if someone hurts your feelings or upsets you, just be nice to them back. You'll feel better about it. The third rule, and very important, cherish and appreciate your families. They love you more than anything in this whole wide world, and they would do anything for you. Do the same for them. Every day, tell your families you love them. Rule number 4, help others. The world is full of people who can use a helping hand, a smile, some friendship. All you have to do is look around and the opportunity is there. President Jimmy Carter said, do what you can, when you can, with what you have. Help others. Rule number 5, when something especially nice happens to you, put it in your memories. Save the good memories. Hold on to them for times when things are not going so well. If you can hold on to your memories, that helps you get through some hard times. By the same token, if something bad happens to you, throw that memory away. You don't need it anymore. You need good thoughts all the time. So, take care of your health. Be nice to everyone. Cherish and love your families. Help others whenever you can, and hold tight to good memories. I appreciate your listening to me. I appreciate the opportunity for being here, and I thank you very much. And please remember that we love you. We love you very much. Thank you.
We ask parents and family and friends that if you take pictures, that you do that at your individual seats. I get on everybody, but I made a mistake, so sorry.
Graduates, please stand. Vaisha Janice Curry. Alexis Jarrell Barzell. Shelby Nicole Dawson. Kentori Sierra Dixon. James Michael Goings. LaChris DeMarcus Harris. Jasmine Tamara Hicks. Corey Phillip Hunter. Deshandra Denise Jackson Tate. Dylan Corey Jones. Jermaine Devon Martin Jr. Matthew Quinn Nelson. Cardell Rashawn Pritchard. Robert Wayne Rainey. Joshua Glenn Red. Michael Terrell Richardson Jr. Richard Tante Santiago. Kimberly Alexis Shellman. Wesley Michael Stewart. Deontay Antonio Thompson. Emily Michelle Thompson. Jackson Alexander Evans Wilson. Jarvis Tarnell Wilson.
This is one good-looking class. By the powers vested in me by the State Department of Education and the Board of School Commissioners of Mobile County, I hereby affirm that the seniors before us have successfully completed all requirements for graduation and will hereby be awarded the appropriate graduation documents. Mr. Matthew Nelson will now speak on behalf of the graduating seniors, followed by Mr. James Goins. Ready?
We, the graduations, we would like to thank Ms. Kidd, Mr. Irby, the teachers and staff for helping us reach our goals.
Let me hold it. Let me hold it.
Graduates, please switch your tassels.
Okay, switch yours. Switch yours. There you go. Mr. Dylan Jones will now conclude our ceremonies with the benediction. Audience, please stand.
Dear Father, bless each one here as we go on our life journey. Amen.
This concludes our graduation ceremonies. There will be a reception for the graduates and their families in the library. Parents, please allow all the graduates to pass before you exit the gymnasium. Thank you guys so much for helping and supporting our children.